Hey everybody, VenomnymouS here. Boy, just when you're thinking that the monkeypox was the gayest thing to come out, UNESCO shows up and says, "Hold my queer." Wow, this is pretty bad. Stop that. So, UNESCO, whatever the heck this is, the World Jewish Congress. And I think there's a couple others. We're going to look into it here. Just look at this video. You gotta stop the conspiracy theorists. They're spreading lies. They're spreading misinformation. I like, where was it? I like this. Get your little honeycomb hive mind. Yeah, come on, people. Drink the honey. Get the truth. To stop the dangerous conspiracy theories. They spread worse than the disease. The coronavirus, they spread worse than the coronavirus. But yeah, think before sharing. This is by UNESCO. If you don't know UNESCO, it was started by Julian Huxley, the brother of Aldous Huxley, who is the author of Brave New World. They had a tagline up here, but they just removed it. It was something like building a safer world in the minds of men and women or something like that. I don't know. I have to go back and find it. But it was right here, and right before I started recording, it was there. Now it's gone. I guess it was a little too gendered, too binary. That's binary talk. Men and women. Think before sharing. Stop the spread of conspiracy theories. Now, this has been a major part of the agenda since, for the last 3 years with the event, we'll just call it. The COVID-19 pandemic has sparked a worrying rise in disinformation and conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories can be dangerous. They often target and discriminate against vulnerable groups, ignore scientific evidence, and polarize society with serious consequences. This needs to stop. Conspiracy theories cause real harm to people, to their health, and also to their physical safety. They amplify and legitimize misconceptions about the pandemic and reinforce stereotypes which can fuel violence and violent extremist ideologies. Yes, we are so violent. Yeah. A new campaign helps you learn how to identify, debunk, react, and report on conspiracy theories to prevent their spread. Check out the infographics and social media pack below and help spread the word that facts matter and no one is to blame. Thinking critically and thinking critically. Yep. Yeah, that's what you're doing. And being informed about conspiracy theories is key to challenging them. The UNESCO campaign is implemented jointly with the European Commission, Twitter, and the World Jewish Congress. Yes. Oh, look at these. They're beautiful. Pre-bunking and debunking. Wow, it sounds like how you get monkeypox, doesn't it? Oh man. How to talk to somebody who firmly believes in them. They link to COVID-19. Conspiracy theories, concrete counteractions. Stop! How can journalists report on them? Social media packs. Wow. They just I guess they were bored one day. Said, let's make a bunch of crap for the sheeple to eat up. Because, they can't think of their own things to say. So they need to be told what to say. Someone covered this. Mags Press. This is pretty apt here. UN declares war on dangerous conspiracy theories. The world is not secretly manipulated by the global elite. Yes. The United Nations has declared war on conspiracy theories, describing the rise of conspiracy thinking as worrying and dangerous, and providing the public with toolkit to pre-bunk and debunk anybody who dares suggest that world governments are anything but completely honest, upstanding, and transparent. The UN also warns that George Soros, the Rothschilds, and State of Israel must not be linked to any alleged conspiracies. UNESCO has teamed up with the Twitter, the European Commission, and the World Jewish Congress to launch the campaign dubbed Think Before Sharing. Stop the spreading conspiracy theories. The UN wants you to know that events are not secretly manipulated behind the scenes by powerful forces with negative intent, and if you encounter anybody who thinks the global elite are conspiring to consolidate power and to dictate global events, you must take action. Conspiracy theories. What are they? Why do they flourish? Be warned, the COVID-19 pandemic has seen a rise in harmful, misleading conspiracy theories. It might be difficult to recognize them or know how best to deal with them. What are they? The belief that events are secretly manipulated behind the scenes by powerful forces with negative intent. Oh, so it's basically what they just said in the thing there. Oh, conspiracy theories have these six things in common. An alleged secret plot, a group of conspirators, evidence that seems to support the conspiracy theory. They falsely suggest that nothing happens by accident and that there are no coincidences. Nothing is as it appears, and everything is connected. They divide the world into good or bad. They scapegoat people and groups. Oh, they're so mean. Those bully conspiracy theorists. They keep picking on us. They keep picking our global elite. UNESCO also provides advice for anyone who encounters real-life conspiracy theorists in the flesh. According to the UN agency, you must not, under any circumstances, be lured into an argument, or you might learn something with conspiracy theorists. Any argument may be taken as proof that you are part of the conspiracy and reinforce that belief. And the conspiracy theorists will probably argue hard to defend their beliefs. Instead, you must show empathy, avoid ridiculing them, and if you are a journalist, you must report them to social media. Report them to social media! And contact your local national press council or press ombudsman. Just hilarious stuff. Like I said, you thought monkeypox was gay. I'm probably going to get this video removed by YouTube. Whatever. I'm due for a strike. Yeah. Remarkably hidden in the fine print, UNESCO admit that conspiracy theories do exist under the heading, What is a real conspiracy theory? The United Nations bureaucrats explain that real conspiracies, large and small, do exist. According to the UN, it's only a real conspiracy theory if it's unearthed by the media. Seriously. Quote, they are more often centered on single self-contained events or individual like an assassination or a coup d'etat. They are unearthed by whistleblowers in the media using verifiable facts and evidence. You can always count on the mainstream media to dig out the truth for you. There is just one problem with the UN's definition of a real conspiracy theory. The media has been fully bought and paid for by the elite, and it's the elite who are conspiring against the masses. And yeah, so forth. So on and so forth. Anyway, that was some by Mag's Press, never heard of it. But it was fairly apt. And of course, this is all taking place, the Think Before Sharing, at the same time as the Alex Jones thing happened, where he lost his case and now he has to dish out 4.1 million in damages to the SH parents. Now this is just one family suing him or whatever for defamation, and they won. So that's going to open up the floodgates. But what this is really about, folks, is an attack on conspiracy theories as a whole. It's no longer safe to say things because you'll be taken to court, right? So this is what it's really about. You think 4.1 million means anything to this shill actor Alex Jones? No. Apparently, his company is worth 270 million or something like that. I think I saw in the headlines. That's nothing. He is a controlled opposition. Look at that. Even then, he's acting. Look at that stupid face. The fat man. If we go back 2 years ago, the infodemic of misinformation. Coronavirus pandemic part 3, COVID-19. COVID-19. I had some stuff. Where is it? So, if you're familiar with the game Plagued Inc. Oh, wait, endemic games, Plague Inc. The game where you try to kill as many people as possible with the virus. Never heard of it. Well, in 2019, I've covered this many times, by the way. Just a reminder. 2019 of December, just before you don't know what rolled out, Plague Inc. Evolved Mutation 17, the fake news update is what it was. We're excited to share that our new Plague Inc. fake news scenario is now available to play on Plague Inc. Evolved. In the radically different fake news scenario, players can create their very own fake news story and deceive the world using modern tools and psychological tricks, from wild conspiracy theories to election campaign mudslinging. We now live in a post-fact world where falsehoods and misinformation can spread like a disease. Ding, ding, ding. Just like a deadly pandemic, the spread of misinformation is a huge threat to our society, said Plague Inc. creator James Vaughn. Full fact exists to fight the causes and consequences of bad information, said Will Moy, chief executive of Full Fact. Full Fact. We know from experience the harm it can do to lives and communities, whether undermining trust or our democracy, or putting our health at risk. The fake news update in Plague Inc. will reach millions more people, helping them to understand the real threat that bad information poses. Players can join the fight against bad information for real. Full Fact in an independent, impartial charity, and rely on the support of thousands of individuals across the country to stand up for good information and change public debate for the better. This happened just before the coronavirus pandemic, which is when they were saying the pandemic brought out the whole misinformation thing. But as you can see, they were already talking about it just before. And here is the WHO article where they were saying spreading faster than the virus. False information. Prior to the whole event, there was stuff coming out. They were feeding it to us slow. Fake news talks about fake news game that teaches you to spot fake news better. Ever heard of the bad news game here? From fake news to chaos, how bad are you? Get as many followers as you can. Play the game. Exaggerate. Manipulate. Break. Provoke. So yeah, this was 3 years ago. Before the you-know-what. This game makes players better at spotting disinformation after just 15 minutes, study finds. And you got your lightning bolt for polarization. Wow. Bad news players use different tactics such as stoking fears or playing on polarization to build credibility and attract more followers, which earns them badges. An online game that tasks players with crafting and distributing propaganda helps them to better detect disinformation. After 15 minutes of play, a new study found. All in the plans, folk. Remember the limited internet shutdowns?
Alarming news emerging from social media companies today about the CAPS pandemic. Twitter and Facebook are reporting they've identified and deleted a disturbing number of accounts dedicated to spreading disinformation about the outbreak. For more on this, we go to our correspondent, Catalina Parks.
Chen, these accounts were created by several state-sponsored groups intending to sow political discord, and some individuals are seemingly seeking to gain financial advantages. Violence against healthcare workers and minority populations has been increasing. A recent riot highlights the real danger in these posts. Countries are reacting in different ways as to how best to manage the overwhelming amounts of dis and misinformation circulating over the internet. In some cases, limited internet shutdowns are being implemented to quell panic.
If the solution means controlling and reducing access to information, I think it's the right choice.
I agree with Kevin.
Anyways, I wanted to keep this fairly short, but as you can see, it's a long time agenda. Obviously, you all know that they're coming for us. we're the extremists. It's just a matter of time that something big event's going to happen, and it's going to be blamed on a group who are conspiracy theorists, and they're just getting you closer to that point. Think before sharing, people.